I'm live. This is weird. This is the first time I've been live in a long time, and yeah, I've just rushed home from an event at university to be here. So you're all welcome. I've graced you with my presence. This is very exciting.
Peggy 16.
Oh bloody hell! Straight into it. Okay. So quick Pikmin 4 news, and I want. This is Pikmin! This is fucking Pikmin! Straight away. I was gonna say, yeah! This is what I was waiting for, man! I was hoping for a Pikmin 1 and 2 remaster as well on the Switch. I have no idea how well this stream is gonna go, like, in terms of audio quality and video quality, but I'm like, look at Puffy Blowhog. Is that new Snagret enemies? They look like baby Snagrets. Is it a crash? It's not a spaceship crash. It's not a spaceship crash. This is big. Whoa. That's a new captain. That's not Olimar. Who is that? Okay. They've changed the onions. That's sort of almost like okay, so yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what a red Pikmin is. Okay, so they got the mixed onions back. I wasn't the biggest fan of that, honestly. They've got the same Pikmins from... Whoa. It's very sort of... Whoa. This is... Okay. New obstacles. Climbing. Okay, that was a new enemy there. Okay, so treasures... This looks sort of like Pikmin 2 in the way that treasures collected. Ice... Whoa! We got a new Pikmin type! Holy shit! Wait, no, they're made to be killed? Oh, that's cool. Is this a... What the fuck is that? Okay, that's not a Pikmin. Oh, wow. Oh, it's like, Whoa! That was... What? There is so much going on. Those were multiple new captains. And it looks like a colony on the planet. And they've got other... A coastway. Okay. That looks like... This is almost... They brought back, the fucking birth giver. Okay. Oh my gosh. This looks very... Whoa. Okay. They got caves! That's caves! So these all look like new captains here. And there's a big spaceship, so... That's... Holy shit, that's really interesting. Okay. There is so much to... You can go night! Yes! You can come back at night. Oh, this is something... Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. Not a fan of the red eyes. I feel like that's a bit distressing. Wait, when was that? Okay, we got a date! We got a date! Okay. That's... Oh, that was the latest show. I'm gonna have to go through that like 12 times. A dog-like creature. Yeah. I'm a little bit uncertain about that. I'm gonna be honest. I feel... It's... Okay, yeah. I've got so many thoughts about the Pikmin thing, but we're gonna move on.
2 seconds later.
You guys know me. I am a Pikmin fan through and through. So okay, Ice Pikmin, that's interesting. That's a cool new mechanic in that you can freeze water and use that to traverse instead of using blue Pikmin. I'm happy with that. I like that they went with a similar look to like the rock Pikmin. That's pretty cool. Going around at night, that's something I've wanted for ages. Especially now that I've gotten older. I feel like I need a bit more of a challenge from Pikmin nowadays, and sort of they've always sort of teased, the Predators come out at night in the Pikmin franchise, so the potential for sort of a harder mode, potentially optional or not, that's really exciting for me. I'm a big fan of that. What's next? Okay, this looks like something I still don't care about. I'm just going to talk about Pikmin the entire time. The rest of this is just a backdrop. Okay, so one thing is actually they showed Pikmin 4 first, so I'm less hopeful now that we're going to get a Pikmin 1 and 2 remaster for the Switch, because I think that would be really cool to get people enthused in the franchise before the big new one comes out, and just because it'd be cool to be able to play every Pikmin game on the Switch, because we've already got 3, 4's going to be on the Switch, and yeah. Other thoughts? What are other thoughts? Yeah, the dog thing, I wasn't super... The Pikmin franchise has always gone with quite sort of... Like, the graphics are always, like, photorealistic. The graphics are always, like, photorealistic, and it feels like it has sort of a foundation in science. I mean, I think I've talked about it before on stream, how Pikmin sort of got me into what I'm into now, which is ecology. I used to spend hours looking at the Piclopedia. So seeing something like a dog but with 2 legs and like just fur, I don't know. I was kind of looking at all of its design things, and it didn't speak to me in like a purpose in the ecosystem in the way that some other Pikmin enemies do, like burrowing Snagra. It's like a snake thing, and it burrows underground, so it's got that smooth, streamlined skin texture and scales, to withstand like burrowing around through stones and stuff, and the crushing Calciblat or whatever it's called. It just feels a bit out of place. So I'm a little bit uncertain about that. I'm very much open to that. Story-wise, no look at any characters that we've previously seen. I think there were 4 captains this time, which is continuing upon Pikmin 1 had just Olimar, Pikmin 2 had Olimar and Louis, Pikmin 3 had Alf, Brittany and Charlie, so they seem to be, increasing it. They didn't show sort of switching between captains. It was more cinematic rather than actual gameplay, I think, for the most part. Ooh, Dead Cells. This is something I'm interested in. I do like Dead Cells. Oh, I've got the jizz and everything, man. Oh, right, I'm going to put this Pikmin 4 trailer on. We're going to go through it in minute detail, because that is something that I'm excited about. Alright, let's put this up to max quality. Pikmin deserves max quality. Okay, so, start off. I got really confused at the start. I thought this was Hey Pikmin 2, because the spaceship looks very similar to the one that you get in Hey Pikmin, but it's a small spaceship that we've never really seen before. And interestingly, doesn't get crashed into a rock, because all the other Pikmin games in the franchise have sort of insinuated that maybe something's behind these collisions. Like, why is it always lead to a crash landing? What's going on? There's something weird at play, but nothing this time. So interesting. Maybe this is another planet. No. So this is the bench that we saw from the first trailer. But you see what I mean. I talked about it before, but the way that everything in the background is so prominent. You've got the wall and the gate, and you can always see them. You'll see it more, and in this shot particularly, sort of structures like the stairs. They're below me here, and just the sizing is it feels different to other Pikmin games. Just he's so bouncy. Look at that dumpy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. See, these really excited me. Because you got the house in the background. So this feels like the most human Pikmin game we've seen so far. Like, in other ones, there's been hints of like, you know, treasures in Pikmin 2, it's like bottle caps and stuff. And, you know, gradually we're seeing more and more influence. But this is straight up a house. So I'm wondering if this is set in a different time period. You know, you're in someone's background. I wonder if there are interactions with humans. Or, I don't know, this is... But, like, this sandpit area looks quite cool. It's... I mean, these little guys here, I think they're adorable. They look like baby snagrets. 'Cause, yeah, they've got the 1 foot and... Oh, they're so cute. I love them. They're going to be called something like snaglings or something like that. I love them. Oh, you could hear them. You can hear them squeaking. I'm not going to want to kill them. They're my friends. You can hear them squeak. That's adorable. Yeah. So it comes in for a controlled landing. But it looks like, you know, it's got a clear place to go to. Yeah, and it's just hovering. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that hovering. Because... I like a physical ship. I like a main base. That's like my favorite thing in the franchise is Pikmin 2, when you know you have your ship and then it's the same as Pikmin 1 really, but you have all the other ships arranged around it. It's like this nice little, it's like a campsite, you know. You got the way everything's arranged around the campfire, and you got like the kitchen over there. This is a scout in me coming out, but so this is a new character, but the suit that they had looks very similar to the suits on the other characters that we see later in the trailer. So I'm wondering, I feel like you need distinctions in color in video games, especially Pikmin, because I mean everything about it is so color coordinated. In, you know, it's a very... The design of everything in this game tells a story, like red Pikmin immune to fire, and henceforth. So, in every previous game, you know, you've had differences between the characters illustrated through color. You know, Louis blue, President's purple or black, and you know, it's interesting to me that they're all the same color. That suggests to me that these are like non-playable captains, which is interesting because it's a very different story to what we've seen before. Perhaps this is more of a habitation of the planet rather than sort of, you know, rescue mission, or, you know, something like the other games have been. They've kept the design from Pikmin 3 for the onions colour, but they've... We'll get to the ship in a sec. I don't know. I understand. The Pikmin 3 onions weren't my favourite thing. This is going further in a direction I don't like. It looks like a plump berry. And on the one hand, I understand it's like kind of natural. It just doesn't... I don't know. I think I'm blinded by nostalgia a lot, but it weirds me out a little bit. It makes sense. But that's a big ship. Is this a rescue mission? Because our small ship's up here, and there's the big ship there. I didn't see it has a thing on it. Okay, I'm not going to pretend that I know enough about Pikmin lore to recognise if that's like Hocotation or whatnot. But it's a similar colour scheme to the original Hocotation ship. But that's like a passenger ship, right? Is this could be colonising the planet? Okay. You get introduced to red Pikmin. Yeah. And they've gone with the same thing as Pikmin 3, where all the ships merge into one, which I wasn't a big fan of. As I said before, I like the campsite, but I'm looking at like the stuff in the background, the level of detail sort of in the far wall with the pots on there. Just, it's gorgeous, really. What's interesting as well, actually, Pikmin 3, it had sort of the colours swirling. I think I like this a bit more in that you've got like distinct sections. I feel like makes a bit more sense. I didn't like the swirling colours a bit. I'm very caught up on the design of the onions. I'm very sorry for this. I like that it feels, everything feels a bit more prominent. It's really easy to notice if you go back to the first Pikmin game that, you know, the story is that they used a picture, Miyamoto, the designer, took a picture of his garden and sort of they used that sort of flat image of the garden as the base for the grass of the game. But you see more with this one, sort of the plants here, they just stick out a bit more in the landscape. It feels like you're supposed to be small, but if you think, you know, the Pikmin, I think in a manual is supposed to be like 2 centimeters tall, I think. You know, if Pikmin 2 centimeters tall, they'd be smaller than the grass. So I don't know. I like when it feels a bit more prominent, when you feel a bit more involved in the landscape. But like I was saying earlier, like those are the gates back there. It's you get a much more clearer sense of direction and of where you are. I think those are the gates that were seen in the original trailer as well. There's a bulb there, so I'm getting a bit of an idea of where everything is. There's a tap there. That's interesting. Not as we see later in the trailer. Sorry, I'm going over this in intense detail for no one other than myself, really. So this looks like a different area because we can't see any of the houses in the background. I wonder if they're going to go with like seasonal themes and stuff again. I like the seasonal themes. I'm a big fan of that. So this was interesting because that's a much wider gate than we've ever seen before, and it went all at once as well. Not sure how I feel about that. I feel like it should get destroyed slowly. Well, I suppose it looks a bit destroyed there, but no. It's just... I'm definitely 100% blinded by nostalgia. I realise this, don't worry. I'm like, I want my original Pikmin game. This is why I want Pikmin 1 and 2 remastered. I'd love that. Interestingly, actually, that stuff comes out of the gate. I mean, you can see it there. Is this like some kind of currency? Is it? I mean, is it like Sparklium from Pikmin? Hey Pikmin. Like, what is that? I love the fire there. Looks fantastic. That was beautiful. I'm getting excited by the graphics updates. I'm sort of a little bit hesitant about some of the changes, but the graphics, oh, they're beautiful. I mean, as well, that pulling mechanic back here, I love that. That's fantastic. I think that might be my favourite thing that was shown off in the trailer, actually, was that pulling thing. The way that they're all like lined up like it's a tug of war rope, and like pushing cardboard boxes. I know I just said that I want everything to be the same as the original Pikmin, but cardboard boxes, you know, they feel like very man-made obstacles, whereas this feels, I know it's in a plant pot, but I know it feels a bit more keeping in line with how I feel the series to be, and I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's interesting climbing though, that's cool. And as well, new enemy there. That's I quite like the design of that one. I'm very particular about my enemy designs. I talked about it earlier. But the Pikmin can climb as well, it's not just you. That's interesting. It does stick out a bit in the landscape. No. Okay. So the number on the cursor, that's how many of the different colours are left, not necessarily how many needed to carry it. Yeah, it doesn't... There's no numbers over the top of the thing, so I'm wondering if this is more of a cinematic trailer? So there's that... That's the bench, right? That looks like the bench. Yeah, that's the bench from the first trailer, isn't it? So... I'm trying to figure out. So this is the same area. Where the binoculars are. What I'm trying to figure out is actually I have an inkling, not a Splatoon inkling, mind you, just a thought, that this is all one big area, and you can choose to land each day at different points in the area. So there's a bit more strategy if you want to tackle, like... So it looks like... I mean, you can see into the distance, and we know that we can go to this sand pit over here. It looks like quite a sort of far-ranging map. Like, you can go to places far off in the distance. So it makes sense if you can sort of choose a sort of landing zone each day to go to. If I spent more time, I could probably figure out whether or not, but I'm not gonna bore you with that right now. So Ice Pikmin, they've got the same design as, well, a similar design to Rock Pikmin. So I like that they're keeping with that sort of crystalline shape. Also, that is fucking adorable. That was so cute. They're like little ballerina. Oh, they're cute. But I'm gonna get really fucking mad if they're, if oh, they got yellow flowers. I just noticed that. I'm gonna get a little bit upset if one of their main ways of being useful is getting eaten and freezing the enemies. It's like White Pikmin and Pikmin 2. Like, yeah, I know they poison their enemies, but I'm not gonna fucking sacrifice White Pikmin. I love my babies. I don't want to see them die. I'm very attached to my babies. But I do think that is a pretty cool mechanic. Though, maybe slightly overpowered. I'm wondering, well, I'm wondering several things. I'm wondering how you get them, whether you can breed them naturally, because then I feel like that's going to be a bit overpowered. If you could just send in armies of these Ice Pikmin, and it, you know, sort of halts enemies. Also, again, how do you know how many Ice Pikmin you have to chuck in this to freeze it? There's no sort of indication of, like, a number of how many needed. Same as carrying the treasure before. So I'm wondering about that. I'm also wondering how the hell these boys get themselves out of the ice, because they are frozen into that lake. Are they stuck until, like, we whistle them away? Oh, yeah! So they were actually stuck there. That's quite cool. So, I'm wondering if you call them back, does that unfreeze the lake? Because that's a cool element of strategy there. I like that. That's... Okay, alright. Yeah. I like that. I think that's really cool. Now this, you secured me a raid. Hey, thanks, man. I'm just going through the fucking Pikmin 4 reveal trailer in excruciating detail. Now this, I don't like this. I don't know what it is. This is a fucking dog chicken. I really don't like the design. It doesn't feel like Pikmin. It feels like it's come out of another game. So I was saying this dog thing. Oh, okay. So they got the Jasmites back from Pikmin 3. That's cool. That was a returning enemy I liked there. Yeah, I was a fan of that. So I feel like the dog it stands out so much. Just its colours are bright yellow. It stands out so much in the landscape. I know you can say, there's yellow Pikmin there. Yeah. Though I do like the idea of having something that can, you know, I think it works well as, maybe this acts as like your co-captain. If you can send that doing chores. I don't know. It's almost like, see, interestingly, they've got the numbers back here as well. I'm getting very sidetracked by loads of things. They've got the numbers back here, but, so it's almost acts like a purple Pikmin in that it's got a higher carrying capacity, but there's only one of it, so it's not broken. Though what was really broken about the Pikmin in Pikmin 2 was the stun mechanic. Actually, there's a pumpkin up there. I wonder if, so we've seen people collect a treasure, but that is very clearly a food. So I'm wondering sort of what the goal of this game is. Also, that hair looks slightly different. I'm wondering if that's a customizable character. Okay, so we got our 4 characters here. So this one looks like from Animal Crossing. I mean, those are villager eyes. That... It's actually quite... So the way that they talk about breed, I'm like, okay, I feel like they've lived on the planet. These are people who you're rescuing and... Or not, maybe not rescuing, but... You know, you're... I'm trying to figure out everything. The Pikmin playing with it, that's really cute. Also... You can all jump on him! That's adorable! See, that's so cute! I like the Wollywog as well, just the way the Wollywog looks. That adjustable camera though, that's... I don't know if that's adjustable camera or just the cinematic of the trailer. But that boat clearly had like little sparkles around it, so that's a treasure. But then the pumpkin before looked like food, so I'm wondering... We're getting shear grubs, female shear grubs there. I am a Pikmin nerd, I know all the enemies' names, sue me. Okay, so his name is Ochi, I think. Or maybe... No, because good boy Ochi, so the dog is Ochi, right? So... But where's Shepherd at this point? Because you can't see her with the rest of the characters, so I'm wondering... Sort of a stay-at-base character? I'm really intrigued by everything that's going on here. Again, just all the Pikmin cling to it is adorable. I just wish the design felt... It feels like they've taken a chicken, a rabbit, a dog, and sort of mushed them into one. Actually, not chicken, like a chick, a baby chick. I just noticed it's got like a thought bubble here. Huh. I wonder if that's like an interactive pet mode or something. I don't know. But I'm not a fan of this one. I'm sorry. But yeah, look, there's... So what's that? That's a different colour spacesuit. Maybe it's because they're passed out, or... That's the villager guy, so we've got Shepherd. Colin is... It looks like a robot. The way that mouth... Looks like the design for... So it was a show I used to watch when I was a kid called Little Robots. You know, this little theme tune and went, Little Robot. I'm old. That guy looks like one of the robots on it. Maybe I'm wrong. So this is interesting. Okay, so this is a boss fight. I like boss fights. I'm a big boss. Pikmin bosses were exciting. So what's interesting is the thing in the back there. That's sort of technology you're seeing more of. So that's a new Longlegs enemy. It looks bigger than all the previous ones. It looks similar to the Raging Longlegs because it's got those really wide feet and the head that's low to the ground. But it's almost like skeletal, or it's kind of creepy. It's like wiry and stuff. It's interesting. I'm intrigued by this. So it's changing kind. It's like a disco ball. That's what it's like. There's a ship there. This ship is very close to... Oh, yeah! Caves. Do you think this is caves coming back? Because I was going to say, that ship looks really close if it was a landing zone, but it's dark here, so maybe this is the bottom floor of a cave. Oh, that looks like poison? This is... I have conflicting feelings. It's... A lot of the enemies in particular feel too sharp with the landscape. It feels it's like Link's Awakening, how everything was sort of plasticine, like the characters were very plasticine. I'm very excited to see the Empress Bulblex back. I need to see her birthing her children in HD. That's something I've always wanted. I like that they've got proper boss caves and stuff back. And Empress Bulblex. I mean, this is from the game that I played religiously as a kid. So interesting. What's interesting is, can you almost hold your Pikmin in safety on the dog, and he's chucking them off the dog. So I'm wondering, is there like a carry limit that the dog has? Can you like get across certain areas of water and stuff with the dog, but only take like a smaller number of Pikmin? And like, are these Pikmin safe if they're attached to the dog and not sort of on the ground with the enemies? And this looks... So this is a cave, right? So it's not the fountain, it's an air vent. Which, you know, I think is going with the theme of more technology involved and you see more human interaction. Though I will always miss the random geezers that shoot you up to the side. I have so much nostalgia. That is quite cute. So this is definitely caves. That's the exact same angle that you used to see in Exton Caves in Pikmin 2. Though with some updated graphics for the ship and stuff. So you've got our three other captains here in this one. So they don't seem to be involved. Though interestingly, the dog goes up in the ship as well. So I think it's almost going back to the basics of Pikmin 1. Less about multitasking, I think. More... No, it's going to be interesting. They all salute it and... Yeah, we fly off and they got their own little ship there, so... This is intriguing me. It is intriguing me. And then here comes the exciting bit, is... Oh shit! Nighttime. We can come back at night. These almost look like star bits from Mario Galaxy. They really do. They've got the same sort of 3D star shape. What are these? Because there was those crystals that came out of the wall before. I'm wondering if there's some sort of currency or something here that... Are those... So these dwarf bulbs here, they look like they've lost their colour at night. They're quite pale. They're not red. That one's got like an orange bum. Maybe those almost look like what are they called? The ones that we saw earlier, the babies of the Empress Bulblacks. These ones. They almost look like that, the way that they've got the orange bum. Maybe because dwarf bulbs aren't in the same. So okay, I'm a massive nerd about this stuff. I do ecology at university. Dwarf bulbs aren't in the same family as bulbs. They're actually in the breadbug family. So we've never seen the stage in between the larvae and the full adult and like the matriarch and stuff. So I'm wondering if those could potentially be like, you know, nocturnal ones. They've come up to the surface and like they're getting their shells and stuff. Yeah, those are definitely like star bits. Those look exactly like star bits from Mario Galaxy. Now I have to say I'm not a fan of the red eyes. That I like. You can tell, like there was an increase in speed there, you know, but there's purpose in those steps. I wonder if you get like hunted at night. I'm really excited for the whole night thing. I think that's going to be fun. I wonder if it's going to be like an optional challenge, or you know, main part of the game. Yeah. I'm really excited for that. Oh, that was a good Nintendo Direct.